Abata here, aka E2 Engineer 1, and it's funny, obviously we're using video here. I'm a big listener of podcasts, and there's 3 or 4 I actually listen to religiously. I'd never miss them. What's odd is I started listening to them about 3 or 4 years ago, and the sound quality back then of some of them was really appalling. Obviously they were just recording stuff off Skype and taking the file and uploading it. But the last couple of years, they've really improved. And there's one group in particular in America, I think they're called Gimlet Media, and they produce something like 20 shows. But the chap who started it was formerly with one of the big networks in America, one of the big media groups. And he became very good at, obviously, production and music quality and that kind of audio, highly specialized audio production. And he's taken that skill and he's kind of parlayed it into podcasting. And so now you've got this organisation who've got really good podcast audio quality, and they're leaps and bounds ahead. And so it almost as if it correlates to the higher the quality the audio, the better the higher number of users you get. Excuse me. And so yeah, funny enough, about the same time, 3 years or so ago, I was looking into how. I've heard about devolution that's about to impact and affect the UK's regions, where they're fundamentally going to have a lot of the powers devolved for fundraising and how they manage their own resources as a region. Going to be coming down to kind of regional level. So I was kind of researching that and what the reality of it's going to be. And you've heard about things like the Northern Powerhouse and stuff like that, but what does it mean on a regional level? How does that play out? What's going to happen? How is a region going to essentially become this kind of enterprise zone of its own back? I see very little sign of how, at kind of institutional level, that's really going to happen. And obviously you compete for corporate money, for corporate developments, or the kind of the rebuilding or the regeneration of your high streets or your dock areas. And then but everybody can't do the same thing, and there's got to be the demand there. So you just wonder how it's going to happen. But anyway, I think I kind of struck upon some magic in the process of at the intersection of these two interests, because one of the fundamentals of promoting a region at the moment is obviously they look at beaches and castles and historic aspects of the area. That's all very well and good, but what you find very rarely is they don't talk very much about the people who are there. It's almost as if the people are kind of incidental. And you might say, well, the logic of that is obviously you want other people to come here for the things that aren't anywhere else, but people are actually very much a big part of a place, and who often are very kind of causal in what makes a place unique. So anyway, that's just one of those things I kind of struck upon. And I came up with 1 or 2 formulas for how regions can actually act in a kind of cohesive sense by way of 1 or 2 factors that promote people, promote the creatives who are there, and become a kind of a stream of information about today's world within a place, within a region, and how it actually how the reality of that place is being shaped by the people who are there now. So I can see what basically what I'm hitting on is the fact that I think there's an opportunity for podcasts for a region that do exactly that promote a region, give it its central hub of information, and fundamentally feed information about it to the people who are there as much as to people who are looking in and wondering what's going to happen there and what's happening there and what's of interest. So there lies a significant opportunity. Now, obviously, I'm touching down it very lightly, but there's a lot of work on how that would work for a profit-making enterprise. The podcast itself as a profit-making enterprise, and what would make it appealing, entertaining, and drive the engagement and user listenership for a county. So there, I've touched upon the product I promised I would touch upon in the last nuts and bolts episode, which we're now calling these kind of iPhone Gorilla type episodes where I'm kind of like in motion and just talking about thoughts that come to mind. All these nuts and bolts. So what I'd like you to do is, if you are interested in what we are doing with regards to regional podcasts, county podcasts, we're focusing them on the county, and how that model that we've put in place and continue to develop may be of interest to you, especially if you're an enterprise, an existing enterprise, or that you want a podcast as your business, you're interested in the media business. We're looking for partners under our brand to operate these on a county level. Now, there's obviously a great deal more information that goes into it, and how it would be of use and service to your company or organisation or you, and be glad to share that with you. But we are looking for people who are interested. So please do make some comments down below as to what you'd like to see or have integral to a county podcast. And likewise, if you're interested, please do look at the link down below, the email link, and submit it to submit your email to info@e2foundation.co.uk with the title podcast information. Simple as that. Podcast information. We know exactly what you're talking about. All right, so now look out on the E2 Foundation blog as well, because there'll be some information there about it as well. And sign up. When you go to the E2 Foundation page, sign up. Leave your email. Go to the right-hand side, bottom of the page there, the panel. Leave your email, and we will be back to you with far more information. We're going to be producing a newsletter in the very, very near future, which will have a great deal more information about what we do, so you can stay up to date with everything. All right, so it's been my pleasure coming to you from the Enterprise Engine, and I'll see you very shortly.